Hey LinkedIn, I thought I would do a quick video here. I was talking to Cole here, and we were talking about the experience trailer. A bunch of years ago, I had a scenario where it was a company who was trying to sell us, and I forget what it was, but it was basically a software of sorts. And I thought about how in the B2B sales cycle, there can be a point when a sale will get stuck, will just kind of hang up. And putting myself in those shoes, I was kind of looking at why that is. And here's what I think it is, and here's kind of what I've seen that happens, and how to handle it. Let's just say you're pitching something like, it could be a business intelligence dashboard that shows you all the stats. Let's just go with that. So imagine it's a business intelligence software that goes with all the stats, and you do the discovery call, right? You do a great discovery call, and you kind of demo it, and you have a deck and you demo it or something like that. And the person's like, okay, so you're pitching the value prop, and then from there, maybe you send them a proposal, and now they know the price. And then from there, maybe you do a proposal review, and so you kind of review the proposal and go through the pricing and things like that. But now you kind of move into like selling and handling, where objections come up, frequently asked questions come up, and things like that. And now it's starting to move the prospect to a point where they actually have to commit and decide and like cut a check essentially, or make a payment, right? And so let's just say it's $25,000 or $50,000 or whatever. And they may go, hey, they'd like the value prop. They can afford the price, but it's not nothing. They've kind of gone through everything, but there's also a point here where they're now going, okay, like in the real world, they know what my business looks like, you know what your business looks like, you know what you're hitting up against, you know what's going on, and you're going, how's this actually gonna meaningfully impact my business and change the business for the better and get an ROI on, let's say, the $50,000 you're about to spend. And I noticed, like, right then, that's not where the customer doesn't necessarily originate this exact objection, but often deals can get hung up right there. They can sort of get stuck. And you really have to kind of paint the picture for them. And so a couple years back, we talked about having something called an experience trailer. And the experience trailer was meant to go, okay, let's go actually do a combination of a live shoot and animation illustrate what the day in the life looks like. So you just imagine, for example, filming a real live customer or mocking it up where they've got the big screen television, and they've got the BI, like business intelligence dashboard, and they can meet with their sales team. Their sales team's looking at the actual screen, and they can see same sales numbers of this exact day compared to last year at this same time, and they can see that they're down or where they're at right now, and actually apply that to their day and planning for the day of how to get up and how that has a meaningful impact in actually driving the stats. And then let's say that the CEO goes in and he or she can see their screen and see their dashboard and see where they what things look like right now, and then the team and the senior leadership team is actually using it to sort of manage the company. And it's a combination of switching from the animated dashboards that you can kind of see, but it's also like a day in the life. It's like a real experience. So if you show it to a customer, they can look at that and go, okay, like they can see how that would actually apply in their business in the actual real world. And in many cases, I think this is actually missing, especially for like software type companies or companies where it's not like a product, it's not like a physical product, it's a strategy, or it's a consulting, or it's a software service and things like that. It's a little bit more difficult to show it, and so you kind of want to productize it by creating an experience trailer, so it's something that they can sink their teeth into, and then they can have that aha moment where they can go, oh, okay, we're doing this. I love it. We're doing it. Makes sense, and I can see how it's kind of a similar business to my own, or they can imagine how they would use it on a day-to-day level. And I think that it's up to you. It's up to you to paint the pictures for the customer. You have to paint the pictures for the customer for them. So not rely on them to conjure them up in their mind, but actually paint the pictures for the customer so they can kind of see it and help them get over that stuck point, so the deal can close. And I think a lot of deals get stuck and there's unspoken objections or whatever, but part of it is just that they can't quite connect the dots of their real world, what they're doing every single day, their sort of day in the life cope actions to what you're selling. And so then it becomes kind of a nice to have, or like, oh yeah, I see it, I understand the price and blah, 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 but still not entirely sold because they're not, integrating it into their day-to-day life. So that's kind of where we come up with the idea of what we call the experience trailer. And again, video is just a great vehicle. It's a great tool to be able to accomplish those different things.